What is up, everybody? Kyle Mitchell here. It's a little bit of a rainy day today, so I kind of wanted to make a video more for those just starting out with chickens or just have a couple questions. But it is definitely that time of year where everybody's kind of thinking about whether or not they want to do chickens, especially with the price of eggs lately. It's kind of crazy. So want to make a video about some things that I focus on pretty heavily, making sure that my chickens have all the time, and things that I thought about as I was beginning to get my chickens, to kind of emphasize for anybody looking for a starting place. And it really breaks down to like three main things. And so it's not necessarily in like particular order of most important, but maybe more in general of what you're thinking about first. And so the first thing that I would consider when thinking about getting some chickens is space. And so space is really important for chickens. It kind of depends on how big you want your flock to be. I would definitely prepare for more space than you think. When I started out, I probably had 12 in this coop. I think at one point it was around 15. I'm down to 6 just because of egg production purposes. I'll probably be incubating more. But as you're planning out your coop and as you're planning out kind of how many nesting boxes to build, how big to make your roosting spots, and how big to make your run, just take into consideration how much space you need. A general rule of thumb for nesting boxes is one nesting box for like 3 chickens. And then if you think about kind of space on a roost, so the bar that they're going to roost on is, think about like a 1x1 square amount of space for them to be comfortable in. And then also when you're thinking about the amount of space and how to design your coop and everything, think about ventilation. Whenever you're looking up things about this, it'll have to do with space, and it'll have to relate pretty closely to ventilation, making sure that there's enough air going through your coop. Keeps out the bugs, keeps out disease, keeps your chickens healthy. So space is really important. I can throw up a little clip of building my coop. I did a little series on that, and considerations that I made when I was doing that. So feel free to check that out. Well, that's the first thing, because it's probably what you'll be thinking about first. And then secondly is going to be water. And I put this one second because it is more important than the last one. As always, make sure that you are giving your chickens access to clean, unfrozen water. I made a video a couple weeks ago about the watering system that I use. It allows my chickens to have fresh, clean water all the time, whether I'm here or not. I don't have to be refilling their system all the time. I'll put a link to that. But whether you're going to need to tote it out there every day or put in a system or whatever, just make sure you have access to water easily. You don't want anything when you're getting ready to start on your chicken journey to be a hindrance, to be something that keeps you from taking care of them or dreading having to take care of them. Put the right things in place at the beginning, and you'll be a lot happier, and your chickens will be too, because they'll always have what they need. So water is super important for chickens, even more so than food. Food is really important, but they're going to die quicker without water. So that's kind of my third thing to really think about when you're gonna have chickens, is how much your food is going to cost, where you're gonna get your food from. I have all hens right now, but even when I have roosters or whatever, it's all the same that I feed them. They're just layer pellets. And so they have the right amount of protein that they need, and the nutrition benefits that all the chickens need, and really keeps them laying all year round, keeps the eggs really healthy. One thing to note is if you do have any sort of issues with egg production or your eggs coming out soft, you'll want to add calcium or like oyster shells, crushed up egg shells or anything, just as a supplement to your chickens. That's a little further down the road, so not as important right now. But along the lines of the bulk water feeder that the water that I have for my chickens, is I also have a bulk feeder system that holds 2 50-pound bags of feed at a time. I have 6 chickens. It lasts roughly 2 to 3 weeks. That's quick enough for them to get through it without it going bad, but also is long enough that I don't have to worry about going out and getting them food all the time. Make sure that they're fed, and make sure that they're happy. Those are really my 3 big ones. Is when you're first starting out, is make sure you have considerations for how much space you're going to need. Always account for more. It's crazy when you start getting chickens. You're just in that world. You want more. Make sure that they're always going to have water, whether you're going to be gone for a few days or whatever the system is. Make it easy for yourself. And same goes for food. They need the correct type of food to stay healthy, keep the egg production high, and make sure that they have access to it all the time, of course. But really, those are my three big ones when considering building the coop itself. If you'd like a video, maybe focus more on the beginning stages of like getting chicks and how to maintain their health up until they're ready to be introduced to your current flock or introduced to outside in general, let me know. We can run through that. I do plan on incubating some eggs this year, so hopefully I'll have some actual chicks to show you the kind of the process that I go through with that. But wanted to throw together a video real quick, basically referencing some past videos that I've done, because I know it's that time of year. People get excited about it, but I also don't want you to get ahead of yourselves and just when you get the chickens, dread the systems that you ended up putting in place for them. So I'm excited for y'all though. If you're watching this video, obviously it's something that you've been thinking about or something that you need to improve with your coop. So shoot me any questions that you have. I've had chickens my whole life and I kind of know some ins and outs, things that work better for me and keep my chickens happy, healthy, and laying year round. So thanks for watching.